Field 15 will be the lineup for the team with third base dugout. Lineup for the team with the third base dugout.
That's good.
I imagine though, like your SEC network, you know, so if we watch SEC network and social media.
Oh yeah.
But you know, like you have that group ready, and you have
Dude, I that one's old.
Get you up early?
like,
I slept until noon today, which means I'm not really up yet. We're there. There's mommy. Hey, Mom.
Ooh, Mason, can you grab Uncle T's phone for him, please?
Oh, him, I learned his phone. Thank you, brother. Carefully.
Thank you. All right, so we're live here from Orlando, Florida. The Kings 8U Black. First bracket game of the tournament after going 1-1 in pool play. Today they're playing the Boston Sharks from Miami, Florida. So today the Kings will be the visiting team batting first. So the lineup for the Kings. Batting first, Trip Serber. Batting second, Braden Sanchez. Third, Colson Cahill. Fourth, Sean Marquez. Fifth, Jackson Fetters. Sixth, Carson Smith. Aiden Bogan. 8, Colt Sampson. 9, Cash Clayton. 10, Saul Diaz. And rounding out the lineup will be number 4, Trey Reyes.
34, server will be the first back.
So on the mound today for the Boston Sharks will be number 5, Dylan Rodriguez. All right, so we are ready here in Orlando, and the first pitch of the game is put in play by Tripp Server to shortstop. Shortstop bobbles it, and Tripp will reach first base to begin the game. So now batting second for the Kings will be number 27, Braden Sanchez. And here comes the first pitch to B-Ray. Pitches outside, gets past the catcher. Tripp's going to be able to take second base. And Braden will now have runner in scoring position with no outs. All right, so the pitcher is set. And here comes the 1-0 pitch to Braden. That ball's fouled off back to the screen for strike number 1. All right, so Braden's ready. Pitcher's ready. And here comes the 1-1 pitch. Fouled off just inside. Fouled it off the handle of the knob of the bat. So Braden will now have a 1-2 count. And here comes the 1-2 pitch. Put in play to the right side. The second baseman's going to field it. He's going to throw to first. That's going to be an out. But Braden does his job, and Tripp is moved up to third base with 1 out for Colson Cahill. All right, so left-handed hitting Colson Cahill will step into the box for his first debut of the game. First pitch is up in the zone, ball 1. All right, so the pitcher's ready, and here comes the 1-0 pitch. Fouled off, back to the screen, off the left side into another field for the first strike. So, pitcher's ready. He's in the stretch, and here comes the 1-1 pitch. That ball's fouled off, back to the screen for the second strike.
You got it, bud.
And here comes the 1-2 pitch. Ball's in the dirt. Gets past the catcher, but the runner cannot advance from third base. Okay, so that was ball 2. So Colson now has a 2-2 count, and here comes the pitch. Ball 3 outside. So Colson now has a full count with runner on third and 1 out, and here comes the full count pitch. Ball's inside, ball 4. Colson will take first. All right, so now batting will be the cleanup hitter for the Kings, number 23, Sean Marquez, with runners on the corners and 1 out. Here's the first pitch. Strike 1 on the outside corner of the plate.
You gotta be aggressive. You gotta go.
All right, so after the first strike, it's a 1 count to Sean, and here comes the pitch. Ball's put in play into left center field. That's going to get past. That's going to get to the fence. Tripp scores. Colson's coming on third. He's being sent home. He's going to score. Sean will get to second with a double, and the Kings lead 2-0 here in the first inning. Here comes number 22, Jackson Fetters, and the first pitch to him is strike 1 on the outside corner.
Let's go! We're hitting the ball! We're hitting the ball! Your turn, Jackson. Let's go, kid.
So after the first pitch was a strike, here's the 0-1 pitch. Swing through and a miss by Jackson, 0-2 count.
Don't watch it. Hit the ball. Hit the ball. Don't watch it.
Okay, so the pitcher's ready, and here comes the 0-2 pitch. Ball's in the dirt. Catcher stops it. Good stop by the catcher to keep Sean at second base. Jackson will now have a 1-2 count when he steps back in the box. And here comes the 1-2 pitch. Ball's fouled off to the right side into his own team's dugout, but he stays alive.
Go with it, Deuces. Go with it.
All right, so we're ready with the 1-2 count after the foul ball. Ball on the outs off the plate for ball 2.
Let's go, kid. Win the battle. Stay aggressive. Best back.
So the pitcher's ready, and here comes a 2-2 pitch to Jackson. Ball's put in play into right field. That ball's going to get down. It's going to be a fair ball. Jackson's going to stay at first base. Sean's going to be sent home, and he's going to score. And the Kings are going to be leading 3-0 in the first inning after the RBI single from Jackson Fetters.
You throw that ball, baby. It's gone. Nice job, kid.
After the plethora of hits from the Kings, the Sharks coach will come out for a meeting.
That's really cool.
You're on TV. Nice shot,
Don't have any bad calls or I might get your name. No, we just have we have plenty of family that's still back home, so they get to still watch it.
Yeah, that's cool. It's a long way.
Joey, you mind bringing this to Aaron for me? Can you bring it to Aaron, please? Thank you.
Let's go, Carmack. Let's go. All right, guys. Hey, Brown.
The first pitch to Carson Smith is up above the zone for ball 1. Carson Smith, who's been moved down the order a little bit to give the Kings a little bit more pop in the middle of the lineup to keep the lineup going and have some good hitters all throughout the lineup. So the pitcher's ready, and here comes the 1-0 pitch to Carson Smith. That's going to be a ball. It's going to get past the catcher. Jackson's easily going to be able to move up to second base on the pitch. So after the ball, it's now 2-0 count on Carson Smith, and he now has Jackson Fetters on second base with 1 out. And here comes the 2-0 pitch. Ball inside, brushes Carson back a little bit, so he'll now have a 3-0 count. So the pitcher is set in the stretch, and here comes the 3-0 pitch to Carson. Strike one, just top of the zone. So the pitcher is set, and here comes the 3-1 pitch to Carson. Ball's put in play, just fouled down the first baseline. Just about a foot foul down the first baseline. Carson took the outside pitch and went with it like he's supposed to. So when he steps back into the box, he'll have a full count. So Carson's back in the box. Pitcher set in the stretch. And here comes the 3-2 pitch. Ball 4 on the outside corner. Carson will go down to take his base at first base. The Kings will have first and second for Hayden Bogan. Go behind. You've been behind the whole time. You got to go back there.
Well, that coach is getting a little puckered up over there.
No, but go over here like you were yesterday. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. All right, so Hayden Bogan has stepped into the box, and here's the first pitch. He's squaring around the bunt, but he's going to foul it off. And the 0-1 pitch is hit to second base. He bobbles it, and Hayden's going to reach first safely. And the Kings are going to have bases loaded with 1 out for Colt Sampson. All right, so the left-hand hitting Colt Sampson will step in for his first debut of the game with bases loaded, and he's going to square to bunt, and it's going to be fouled, just fouled on the third base side. So now after the foul bunt, it's an 0-1 count to Colt Sampson. Here comes the pitch. Swing through and a miss. Going to have an 0-2 count. And here comes the 0-2 pitch to Colt Sampson. Ball 1 just above the zone. Really, for Colt, that's at his eyes. So the pitch is ready, and here comes the 1-2 pitch to Colt Sampson. He fouls it off into the other field again. All right, so the pitch is ready, and Colt is in the box, and we'll try 1-2 again. Strike 3, swinging for Colt Sampson, and the Kings now have 2 outs. Okay, so Catch Clayton will step into the box with 2 outs and bases loaded, and he'll swing through the first pitch. for strike one.
Let's go, Cash. Let's go.
All right, so Cash step back in the box. Pitcher's ready, and here comes the 0-1 pitch. Ball inside. Ooh, strike. Okay, that's me strike two. Okay, so Cash will now have an 0-2 count on him. Kings have bases loaded, 2 outs, and here's the 0-2 pitch to Cash Clayton. Strike three on a breaking ball from the Sharks pitcher. So in the top of the first inning, Kings score 3 runs on 2 hits, 2 errors, and leave 3 men on base. They'll head to the bottom of the first, leading 3-0, and Colson Cahill will be taking the mound.
Go, King D.
All right, so we'll set the defense for the Kings. As I mentioned, pitching for the Kings will be number 17, Colson Cahill. Behind the plate, number 27, Braden Sanchez. First base, number 34, Trip Serber. Second base, number 12, Hayden Bogan. Shortstop, number 3, Carson Smith. Third base, number 23, Sean Marquez. In left field, number 36, Cash Clayton. Center field, number 1, Colt Sampson. And in right field, number 22, Jackson Fetters. All right, so we have thrown it down, and we're going around the diamond, and we are getting ready to begin the bottom of the first inning here.
Leading off for the Sharks, number 7, Moreno.
So leading off for the Boston Sharks will be number 7, Juan Carlos Moreno. So Colson's ready, and here comes the first pitch to Moreno. Ball 1, low below the zone. So Colson's ready, and here comes 1-1 pitch. Batter squaring around. Strike 1, bottom of the zone.
All right, Sean.
This is Colson's first appearance in Orlando. We've seen Colson catch. We've seen him play second. We've seen him play short. We've seen him play center field. Now we're seeing him on the mound. So here comes the 1-1 pitch. Ball's put in play into the outfield. Catch to left field. Colt Sampson's got it in left center, and he throws it into second, and will hold Moreno to a single to begin the game. So now with a runner on first and no outs, Brian Mesa will hit for the Boston Sharks. Colson's ready, and here comes the first pitch to Mesa. Ball in the dirt, gets back to the wall, and Moreno will be able to take second base on the pitch. Okay, so the Sharks now have a runner on second, no outs, and a 1-0 count to the two-hole hitter. And here comes the pitch. In the dirt, stopped by Braden for ball 2. And here comes the 2-0 pitch to Mesa. He swings at it. It's in the dirt. Braden stops it. Goes down to third. And he's got him. Oh, runner gets under the tag, and he's safe at third. Okay, so now the runner's at third and can only be brought in with a base hit. And Colson's ready. And here's the 2-1 pitch to Mesa. Ball 3, low below the zone. So now we have a 3-1 count, and here comes the pitch. Fouled off for strike 2. Now a full count.
Where's your player? You ready, Trep?
Okay, Colson's ready. And here comes the full count pitch to Mesa. Strike 3 on the outside corner looking. And the Kings get the first out of the inning. So now stepping in the box will be the pitcher for the Sharks, number 5, Dylan Rodriguez, with 1 out and a runner on third base.
One out. Number 5, Rodriguez.
Okay, so now we've had a foul ball from the other field come onto our field. So Colson is now ready for the first pitch to Rodriguez, and here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1 on the outside corner. Colson's starting to get in a little bit of a groove, getting a better feel for this turf mound, which is not always the case when the Kings play back home in Houston. So it's a little bit different. It's like a mound. It doesn't give as much as dirt. So here comes the 0-1 pitch from Colson. That ball's put in play just over the shortstop's head into left field. That's going to fall, and the run's going to score for the Sharks. And it's the first run of the game on the RBI single from Rodriguez, and the Kings now lead 3-1. All right, so the Sharks will courtesy run for their pitcher at first. So Mesa, who struck out, will be running at first base now for Rodriguez. And stepping in will be the cleanup hitter, number 34, Santiago Ponte. Here comes the first pitch to Ponte. Strike 1 on the outside corner to the left-handed hitting Shark. Wilson's ready, and here comes the 0-1 pitch. Ball in the dirt, stopped by Braden. Hold the runner at first base. Be a 1-1 count. All right, right, so Colson's ready. And here comes the 1-1 pitch. Ball's put in play into right field. Jackson's going to field it. He's going to throw it to first, try to get the runner out, but he's going to reach first. And the Sharks will now have first and second with 1 out.
One out. Okay. Rodriguez.
Go defense!
Now batting will be number 12, Karel Rodriguez. And here comes the first pitch to Rodriguez. Ball 1, up and away.
John, know what you're doing, John. Let's go.
I think like obviously he had a shirt like Brody Park.
Okay, and Colson's ready, and here comes the 1-0 pitch. Ball 2, low below the zone.
Be ready, Sean. Get a force out somewhere.
Okay, so Colson's ready. Here comes the 2-0 pitch to Rodriguez. Ball 3, low in the dirt. And here comes the 3-0 pitch. Ball 4, outside the zone. Sharks now have bases loaded with 1 out. And batting for the Sharks will be number 4, Adrian Blanco. Okay, since the runner at third can't move, can only score on a hit, all the runners on base are locked in. So here comes the pitch from Colson with bases loaded. Strike 1 right over the middle of the plate. So now we have an 0-1 count to the 6-hole hitter for the Sharks. And here's this 0-1 pitch. Popped into the air. Second base. Hayden's got it. Throw it home. Okay, so we had a pop-up to second base. But the second baseman held the ball too long, and the runner scored from third. And the Sharks score their second run, and it's now a 3-2 lead for the Kings.
All
right, let's get this next guy. Let it hurt.
All right, so with 2 outs, runners on second and third. Batting for the Sharks is number 27, Marco Solozano. And here comes the first pitch. Ball's popped up in the air. Carson Smith catches it, and the Kings get out of the inning. So in the bottom of the first, Sharks scored 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and leave 2 men on base. Kings baseball lead 3-2 heading to the second inning. right, so coming up for the Kings in the bottom of the second will be Saul Diaz, Trey Reyes, and then the top of the lineup in Chip Serber.
Let's go, Saul. You got this, bud.
Okay, so Saul has stepped in the box, and here comes the first pitch. Strike one on the outside corner. Okay, and here comes the 0-1 pitch to Saul. Ball one in the dirt. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike two. So Saul will now have a 1-2 count.
You got it, bud.
Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Ball two in the dirt. All right, so Saul has a 2-2 count now. And here comes the 2-2 pitch. Ball's fouled off to the left side. Battling here. All right, so Saul is back in the box. Here comes 2-2 pitch. Hits him inside. He's going to get first base. So now with Saul on first base with no outs. Number 4, Trey Reyes is up.
Come on, Trey, hard hit. Go, Trey, get a hit. Get a hit, bud.
Good job, Chard. Thank you.
Okay, so Trey is ready in the box, and here comes the first pitch. Ball's put in play, into foul territory, and the ball's out of play on the right side for strike number 1.
Let's go, Trey. You got this, kid. Let's go.
Okay, so Trey's ready back in the box, and here comes the 0-1 pitch. He's on the bunt. He pulls it back. Ball gets past the catcher, and Saul's going to get down to second base. All right, so after the pass ball allowing Saul to get down to the second base, Trey has a 1-1 count. And here's the pitch. Swing through and a miss for Trey, and 1-2 count now. So Trey now has a 1-2 count, and here comes the pitch. Strike 3 swinging for the first out of the inning. Okay, so the top lineup is now up. Back up again, number 34, Chip Serber. Reached on an error in his first at bat by the shortstop. So we'll see if Chip can get on base and bring Saul around to give the Kings increase their lead. And here comes the first pitch to Chip. Ball one inside, catch gets past the catcher, and Saul is able to move up to third base.
Hard line drive.
So now Saul's on third base. He needs to be brought in, get a base hit. So he cannot score on pass ball or wild pitch. So here comes to Tripp. Ball's put in play into foul territory off to the left side for Okay, so after the foul ball, Tripp now has a 1-1 count, and here comes the pitch. Strike 2 on the outside corner.
Gotta hit those pitches. You can do it.
So here comes the 1-2 pitch to Tripp. That ball's poked out into left field. That's going to land fair into left field. And Tripp's going to he's going to go into second base, and he's going to slide in safe for the double. And Saul's going to score from third, and the Sharks are throwing the ball around a little bit, and Tripp is going to get to third base with 1 out after the RBI double and advancement on an error. So runner on third base. Braden Sanchez is up. Last time Tripp was on third base for him, and he brought him in with an RBI ground out. The first pitch to Braden is a strike on the outside edge of the plate.
That's right, Braden. All right.
Okay, so after strike 1 off the plate, here strike 2 on the inside corner.
You can do it, B.
Okay, so now Braden has an 0-2 count. And here comes the pitch. Put in play to the second baseman. He's going to go to first base. He's going to do it himself, and Braden's out at first. But the Runs now have a 5-2 lead. So now Braden has had 2 quality at-bats with 2 RBI groundouts, doing his job and bringing the run in. Colson Cahill will step up once again with the bases clear, this time with 2 outs. And here comes the first pitch. Ball 1 up and away. Okay, so we have some pitcher action here at the plate. Here's a 1-0 count to Colson, and the ball's in the dirt for ball 2. Here comes the 2-0 pitch to Colson. The ball's put in play to third base. He fields it. He throws it across. And he's out at first base. Close play. Good hustle. But that'll end the inning for the Kings. So in the top of the second, Kings scored 2 runs on 1 hit, 1 error, leave none on base. 5-2 heading to the bottom of the second inning. It was at probably 2, maybe 3 off. At least. So we have some defensive changes for the Kings here in the second inning. Number 12, moving from behind the plate out to second base. Carson Smith will stay at third. Sean Marquez will stay at third. Carson will stay at field will be Trey Reyes. Jackson Fetters will move from right to center. Number 10.
Score is 2-5.
Bottom. The other hunting.
Hey, good job.
Okay, so and Colson's running right over the plate. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. Strikes two, swinging. Okay, so Colson's got a sign and he's ready. And here comes the 0-2 pitch. Foul back behind the screen. We'll do it again. Joey. Thank you.
Here comes outfield, get ready.
Okay, and here comes the 0-2 pitch again. Ball's fouled off down the right field line. Ooh, over the fence. Hopefully it didn't hit anybody. Okay, so we will try 0-2 for a third time. And Colson is set in the stretch, and here comes the pitch. Ball one just off the plate. Ball's a little off the low. So here comes the 1-2 pitch from Colson. Strike three on the outside corner, looking, and the Kings will swing around the infield for the first out of the inning. That's why I got the call. Joey, that ball was good. It was a little low, that one was higher. Okay, so now batting is Anthony Reyes, the catcher. And first pitch, the swing and a miss, strike one. And here comes the 0-1 pitch from Colson, That's a ball in the dirt. Okay, 1-1 play to second base. Braden, goes right under Braden's glove, and he goes into center field. And Reyes will reach on the air by the second baseman. So the Sharks will courtesy run for their catcher. and number 42, Enzo Hernandez, will be running at first base. Now batting will be number 6, Adrian Henriquez. Here comes the pitch, squares around the bunt. The ball's low in the zone for ball 1. Low below the zone, excuse me. Okay, Colson's ready. Here comes one pitch. Batters for strike 1. Okay, so the batter's now back in the box. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Fouled off back to the screen for strike 2. I think I only have 1. Okay, so after the fouled off strike 2, here's a 1-2 pitch. Ball in the dirt, stopped by Hayden, and the runner will not be able to advance. Okay, so here's Colson's 2-2 pitch. Ball's outside, gets past Hayden, and the runner will be able to move up to second base on ball 3. So with 1 out, we'll now have a full count to number 6, Enriquez, for the Sharks. I said a foul ball just a minute ago. He was looking for balls. And the full count pitch hits the batter, and he will take first base. I told him you're out of balls. Okay, so now batting will be the last batter in the order for the Sharks, number 13, Alex Gonzalez. He will have runners on first and second and 1 out. On deck for the Sharks will be the top of the order in Juan Carlos Moreno. So Gonzalez is squaring around the bunt. First pitch is a strike right down the middle. And the batter's squaring around again. Here comes the pitch. Ball 1, low below the zone. Good pitch by Colson, just a little bit low. Okay, so Colson's ready. The batter's squaring around the bunt. He takes the pitch for strike 2. And Colson now have a 1-2 count on Gonzalez. Okay, so here comes the 1-2 pitch from Colson. Ball's just off the plate for ball 2. Okay, Colson's ready, and here comes the 2-2 pitch. Ooh, ball 3 just off the plate and a little high. Okay, Colson's got his sign. Here comes the full count pitch. Strike 3 on the outside corner, looking for the second out of the inning. Ball 3 was just barely, though. So the strikes are now at the back of the top of the order with number 7, Juan Carlos Moreno. Last time he hit a single just over the shortstop's head into left field. So we'll see if the Kings can get him out here to get out of the inning and strand the runners on base. Okay, so Moreno's back in the box. And Colson's got his sign, and he's ready. And Moreno, ball's put in play to Sean Moreno. He's going to go to center, force out, gets the Kings out. We're at 50. We're at 5-0. No, we're at 50 right now. Blue. All right, so we're here in the top of the third. Sean Marquez leading off, and here comes the first pitch. Strike 1 on the outside corner. Okay, so okay, so we're back on. Sorry, guys. Okay, so the Kings have 2 outs, and Carson Smith is on first. He just legged out a infield single. Move up to second base. Strike 1 on Hayden. So now he has a 1-1 count. So here comes the 1-1 pitch. Strike 2 on the outside corner. So Hayden now has a 1-2 count with 2 outs, and here comes the pitch. Off now. Here comes the 2-2 pitch up above the zone for ball 3. Hayden will now have a full count. Okay, here comes the full count pitch to Hayden. Strike 3, swinging to end the inning. So, in the top of the 3rd inning, Kings score no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and leave 1 runner on. We go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Kings baseball lead 5-2. It's back up. I can see it. I mean, I've got it working. Okay, so we'll set the defense here in the 3rd inning for the Kings. Braden Sanchez moves back to catcher. Tripp stays at first base. Trey Reyes moves from left field to, Tripp stays at first base. Trey Reyes moves from left field to second. Carson Smith stays at short. Sean stays at third. Cash Clayton back in the game in left field. Colt Sampson back in the game in center. And Saul will stay in right field. Can you see it? Okay. Okay. Okay, so it's back up. Okay. Bye, thanks. Back up. Okay, so here comes the first pitch from Colson in the third inning, and that's going to be ball one up above the zone to the two-hole hitter for the Sharks, Brian Mesa. So the second pitch is a ball in the dirt for ball two. So here comes the 2-0 pitch from Colson. That ball's fouled off just behind the plate for strike one. Okay, so we have a 2-1 count to Mesa here, and here comes the pitch from Colson. Ball three up above the zone. So Colson now has a 3-1 count to Mesa, and here comes the 3-1 pitch. That's going to be ball four in the dirt. So Mesa will take first base to begin the inning. Thank the Sharks. Sharks. So with the runner staying at first, Colson now has a 1-1 count on Ponte, and here comes the pitch. Ball two just off the plate. Colson's ready, and here comes a 2-1 pitch. Ball is put in play into foul territory. It's going up against the fence. Cash isn't able to get to it, so that'll be strike two. So Colson is at 51 pitches right now. Runner on first, 1 out. Kings lead 5-2 here in the bottom of the third. And pitch number 52 is coming in, fouled off to the left side. We'll do 3-2 once again.
Bring him in, baby.
Okay, Colson has the sign. We'll do full count again, and here comes the pitch. Ball four inside Sharks will have first and second with 1 out. And now batting for the Sharks will be number 12, Carell Rodriguez. And so the Kings looking like they're going to be making a pitching change now. So Colson will not exit the game. Okay, so now number 22, Jackson Fetters, will be coming in to pitch for the Kings as Colson exits the game. So Colson for the day goes 2 1/3 innings, giving up 2 runs on 3 hits, striking out 3 and walking 3, and had 1 hit batter. So good outing from Colson. We'll now have Jackson come out of the bullpen to help pick up Colson and get him out of the inning. Okay, so Carell Rodriguez will step into the box. His first at bat, he walked, so this will be the first batter that Fetters faces. And here comes Jackson with his first pitch of the game. Ball 1 outside. So 1-0 count. Here comes the pitch from Jackson. Ball's in the dirt, gets past Braden. Runner's going to be able to move up to second and third on the wild pitch. And the batter's squinting around for the 2-0 pitch. Ball 3 just below the zone. Okay, so now Jackson has a 3-0 count to Rodriguez. Batter's squinting around. And here comes the 3-0 pitch. Strike 1 just on the outside edge. So here comes the 3-1 pitch from Jackson. Ball 4 just up and in. Sharks now have the bases loaded with 1 out for Adrian Blanco, who popped up to second baseman his last at bat. All right, so Jackson's ready in the stretch. Here comes the pitch. Ball one in the dirt. From batters. Ball two just above the zone. Strike one, right down the middle. Jackson set and stretch, and here comes 2-1 pitch. Ball. Okay, Jackson set, and here comes the 3-1 pitch. Ball four just outside, and a run will come in for the Sharks. Cutting the lead for the Kings now. Five. All right, so we're going to have another pitching change here for the Kings. And third baseman Sean Marquez is going to come into the game. The game. All right, so we'll reset here. Sean Marquez moves in from third base. Colson Cahill comes back out to play third base. Bases are loaded, 1 out, and batting for the Sharks will be number 27, Marco Solorzano. Solorzano's first at bat of the day. He popped up to end the first inning to Carson Smith at shortstop. So we'll see if the Kings can get him out once again and get the second out of the inning. Sean is set in the stretch. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. Fouled off, back to the screen for strike number 2. That boy. He's set this, and here comes the 0-2 pitch outside. One in the dirt. And strike three swinging for the second out of the inning. With 2 outs for Enzo Hernandez. And here comes the first pitch from Sean. Ball 1 up above the zone. All right, Sean's ready in the stretch. And here comes the 1-0 pitch. Ball 2, low and away. All right, Sean's ready. He's in the stretch. And here comes 2-0 pitch. Strike 1, swinging. Now to the number 8 hitter for the Sharks, Hernandez. So Sean's set. He's got his sign, and he's ready. And here comes the pitch. Ball 3, just above the zone. So Sean has a sign out, and here comes the 3-1 pitch. Strike 2 on the outside corner. Great job by the catcher, Braden, to frame that ball for Sean. So he hit his spot, and Braden kept it there. So now it'll be a 3, and here comes the pitch. And strike 3 to get out of it. Give me only 1 run. Oh.
Yeah, you're all good. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I didn't need to call it. Today we threw a shot.
So the Sharks will be making a pitching change. Number 13, Alex Gonzalez. Okay, so coming to bat in the top of the fourth for the will be Saul Diaz. So the Kings will come to bat here with a 2-run lead after stranding the bases loaded in the bottom of the third. All right, so the Sharks are finished with their So Colts tried to bunt a couple times today, but he hasn't been as successful as he's been most of the season. So we'll see if he tries it again or if he opts to swing away here. So Colts bound back in the box. And here comes the 0-1 pitch from Gonzalez. He squares around the bunt. He lays it down. Third baseman charges and fields it, and he throws the first. Second baseman covered for the outs. So now batting with 1 out will be Cash Clayton. And here comes the first pitch to Cash. Ball's put in play into right center field. That's going to drop. All right, so we are back. So the Kings scored a run there in the top of the fourth inning on a RBI single from Saul Diaz, scoring Cash Clayton after his one-out triple. However, that was all the Kings were able to score. So in the bottom of the fourth, they now lead 6-3. We'll set the defense here. Coming into the game to catch will be Hayden Bogan. Jackson Fetters will enter the game into right field for Saul Diaz, and the rest of the defense stays the same. Trip Serber at first, Trey Reyes at second, Carson Smith at short, Colson Cahill at third, Cash Clayton in left, and Colt Sampson in center. And number 23, Sean Marquez, is on the mound for his first full inning of work as he came in to end the bottom of the third inning. So here's the Sean's ready, and here comes the first pitch from Sean to Reyes. Strike one, swinging.